47. India has just been torn apart by partition. Blood runs through Punjab, Bengal burns, and in the north, the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir stands undecided. Its ruler Maharaja Hari Singh still dreams of independence, but Pakistan has already made its move. Tribal militias, armed and guided by Pakistani officers, are marching into the valley. They target Srinagar, the heart of Kashmir. On October 2nd, 1947, thousands of Pashtun tribesmen, Afridis, Majduds, and Wazirs stormed into Kashmir from the Muzaffarabad route. Under the code name Operation Gulmarg, Pakistan's plan was clear: seize Srinagar before India could react. The tribals looted Baramulla, burned homes, and massacred civilians. Days later, they were just 30 miles from Srinagar. The Maharaja panicked and sent an urgent message to Delhi: help us or Kashmir will fall. On October 26, the Maharaja signed the instrument of accession, legally joining India. Within hours, India responded. At dawn on October 27, the 1st Sikh Regiment troops were airlifted from Palam Air Base to Srinagar, an unprecedented military operation. They landed just in time because the invaders were closing in on the airfield itself. The defense began with Major Somnath Sharma commanding D Company of 4 Kumaon. Outnumbered 7 to 1, his men held the line at Badgam, 8 kilometers southwest of Kashmir. Pardon, southwest of Srinagar. Few hours they fought of waves of attackers until every man was either dead or wounded. Somnath Sharma, though bleeding, kept firing his light machine gun until a mortar shell ripped him apart. His last message to headquarters: the enemy are only 50 yards from us. We are heavily outnumbered. We shall fight to the last man, to the last round. His sacrifice bought India the time it needed. By early November, Indian reinforcements poured in. Srinagar was on edge. Every street echoed with fear. Pakistani forces had regrouped near Shalateng, a small village northeast of Srinagar, preparing for their final push towards the airfield. But Major General Kulwant Singh and Brigadier L.P. Sen of the 161st Infantry Brigade had other plans. They would not wait to be attacked. They would strike first. Their strategy was a masterpiece in deception and timing. The 1 Kumaon, 4 Sikh, and 7 Cavalry Regiment were deployed in a semicircle around Shalateng. 1 Kumaon would block the western escape route, 4 Sikh would engage the enemy head on, and 7th Cavalry, equipped with armored cars, would sweep in from the north and cut off the retreat. The trap was set. On November 7, 1947, as mist rose over the Dal Lake, the battle for Srinagar began. When the tribal columns entered the open grounds near Shalatang, Indian guns thundered. Mortars, rifles, machine guns poured relentless fire. The tribesmen shocked, confused, and broke formation. Then came the Indian armor, roaring through the fields, crushing defenses. From above, Tempest aircraft of the Indian Air Force strafed enemy lines with devastating accuracy. Within hours, the invasion force was completely in disarray. By afternoon, the battlefield of Shalatang was a graveyard of ambition. Over 500 raiders were killed, countless more wounded or captured. Their supply trucks burnt, ammunition exploded, and their morale shattered. The surviving invaders fled back towards Baramulla, chased by the Indian tanks and relentless fire. The Battle of Shalatang was over by dusk, and with it, the dream of capturing Srinagar was dead. After Shalatang, the Indian army didn't stop. They rapidly advanced, recapturing Baramulla, Uri, and parts of northern Kashmir. Pakistan's gamble had failed. The tribal forces that once marched with arrogance were now retreating through the same passes they had invaded from. The Indian flag flew, pardon, the Indian flag flew proudly over the Srinagar airfield, safe, secure, and symbolic of a nation's determination. The Battle of Shalatang remains one of the most decisive encounters in Indian military history. It was the victory that ensured the survival of Jammu and Kashmir as a part of the state of India. Major Somnath Sharma was posthumously awarded the Paramveer Chakra, India's first and highest gallantry award. His bravery at Badgam set the stage for the triumph at Shalateng. Brigadier Sen's tactical genius and the courage of ordinary Jawans turned what seemed like certain defeat into a legacy of endurance. The victory that gave India time to consolidate over the valley before the UN brokered ceasefire of 1949 took place. The line of control, or LOC, that divides Kashmir today traces its roots to that crucial winter. Without Shalatang, the story of India's northern frontier might have been written in another flax color. History remembers battle not for the number of dead, but for what they defended. Shalatang was not just a victory of arms, it was a victory of will, of moral, of power, of soldiers who fought in freezing mud so a nation could stand free. Srinagar was saved, and Kashmir remained Indian. And in the silence of the Shalatang fields, one can still hear the echo of that defiance. We shall fight to the last man, to the last round.